Right then, folks, 3 games today to wrap up this league season. And is Europe on the cards? It's a 5-way battle. Let's delve in. Folks, and welcome back to Leeds United with me, DoctorBenjyFM, as we have a very, very exciting end of the season. And as mentioned, a 5-way battle, including 2 teams that face off against each other, including ourselves. We play Everton in our first fixture of 3 left to go. But you can see Leicester, Wolves, Tottenham all in the mix, and Chelsea arguably in that as well. There's a potential for them to fall out if it goes dramatically wrong for them. We know now we've got a game in hand here, so while the points are very, very close, of course, whoever wins out of ourselves and Everton has a huge chance of getting into those European spots. Equally, even if we were to lose, we've got a chance because we play Leicester in this run-in. And speaking of the run-in, then Burnley, the other game we play in between Everton and Leicester, and it's going to be an absolute battle. A 2-1 defeat to Tottenham and a 1-0 win over Fulham has left us here. It's sort of results that you'd expect this late in the season, especially against sides that are sort of well established in the league table at this stage. Manchester United, by the way, going for the league title this season. Realism. That's Football Manager, folks. Best football simulator on the market today. They've got Man United winning that. Come on. So then Wednesday night fixtures. Let's run you through the team for this first game against Everton. Again, losing it's not a complete disaster. It's not good. Losing to Burnley would be a complete disaster. Then it would probably be over. But let's run you through the team then. Malay will be in goal for this one. Shackleton comes in at right back. This isn't ideal. We've got an injury to Danny Rose, so he can't feature in this one. And Luke Ayling's not really fit to play at right back, so Shackleton comes in on that side. RodeNT, Garay and Dallas make up the rest of the back 4. We're continuing with this sort of more attacking system at this point. Phillips and Gagliardini will be in the centre with Wilshere just ahead of them. Of course, Rodrigo, the man up top, with Reece Nelson on one side, Rafinha the other. There's options there now, of course, like we could play the likes of Jack Harrison if we need to, but in terms of freshness, in terms of fitness, this is the sort of the lineup that I think suits us best for now. So, without any further ado, 3 games. Let's start. If we win this first one, then all bets are off, viewers. Then it gets exciting. Few fitness concerns, a few sharpness concerns, but I think we'll be all right. You can see from the Everton team there. Then Calvert-Lewin starts up front. He is their main man. The boy Vinicius Jr., who's not exactly a bad player to have in your lineup, and Ben Godfrey starts alongside Yerry Mina at the back. Interesting, they've dropped Pickford and brought in Olsen this season. So I mean, we'll see how he does. Richarlison on the bench. Probably a good thing. Right, here we go then. I'm going to thrash arms here, viewers. I'm doing some, this is very animated running at this point. I was going to thrash arms and say we owe Everton, after what happened last time, go out and get revenge, and they're motivated by that, which I can be happy about. You know, that's a good sign. I feel like Everton have been on a pretty sick run to get into the position that they're in right now. I didn't really think they were a contender for a long period of time, and now they seem like they're suddenly, out of nowhere, in the mix, and a very good goal difference suggests that may well be the case. It must have improved later on in this season. But here we are, then we'll just zoom in a little more as we'll see if Everton can do something from this first attack. Calvert-Lewin, top goal scorer in the division. We have to stop him, and well, if he's going to shoot like that, that's absolutely fine with me. I'm still debating where to put the camera, viewers. We could put the camera on the other side, which at this point in the proceedings is quite a long time. So is that better? But then it covers up that. Is it better to just sort of put it there? Is that the spot that we were all hoping for and dreaming for, viewers? It might be. That might be the area. You can see the mentality. You can see the instructions and the shouts. You can see the team there. That might be the spot. I mean, we're quite a few episodes in now, and I'm still deciding. So, you know, got to iron out the issues during the beta, viewers. That's important. We'll just call it a bug when it was on the other side. Everything's going to be fine. As we've got a nice bit of possession here, by the way. Jack Wilshere, through ball towards Rodrigo. Looked very dangerous, sort of outside of the foot. Looks cultured from Jack Wilshere. As RodeNT comes forward to win that header, Reece Nelson on it now, with options either side. I mean, there's space on that right fullback area if we want to try and pick that up. But no, we work it through the centre, which is so much more likely this year on Football Manager, and so rare. And well, Rafinha's gone down. The referee's put his arm in the air, so if he's got a question, but no, in fact, he's got answers. It's going to be a penalty, I think. It may go to VAR, as they'll probably check this. The Everton players surrounding the referee. Leeds players trying to get in there, going, it's definitely a pen, definitely a pen. Rafinha holding his knees, not sure what's happened, but it's been a penalty. Well, it's been awarded as a penalty, I should say. And Rafinha, who was fouled for it, steps up against Olsen and scores. That's what we like to see. Leeds 1, Everton 0 at home. 30 minutes gone. Lovely, lovely stuff. Not full Ellen Road for this one, which is unusual. A really cool penalty from Rafinha. That's what you like to see from a man who's, been a star of the show this year and definitely will be part of the lineup going forward next season. I'm debating doing a little bit of live transfer action on the channel, because I do quite enjoy doing that, and I know people watching enjoy that as well. So that's something you'd like, comment section, let me know. And if there's enough of a, yeah, go on then, I'll give it a whirl. All right, at half-time, keep them looking inspired and motivated. That's always the key thing I find as Everton get the game then underway as we're back out for the second half. And looking at that league table that you can see, puts us in 6th position with 2 to go, knowing that if we beat Burnley, then, oh man, we'll be in such a strong position going into the final couple of games. But we've got to hold on in this game against Everton. They've got some dangerous players, but only half an hour to go now. The time has sort of ticked by quite substantially as that ball forward towards Rodrigo isn't going to do the business. If I had to predict, viewers, I think this game's more likely to be a draw. And with Calvert-Lewin scoring there, I mean, Malaya, have you done the best you can do there, Malaya? I'm not sure you have. Is it Malaya? There's definitely people that know for certain, and I'm just sort of guessing at it. The ball through there from James Rodriguez is very, very good. Could he have done better, the keeper? Maybe. That's one thing on Football Manager this year I'm seeing maybe a little bit too often. A keeper's getting touches to the ball and it just sort of going in. Seems to be pretty regular at the moment. Debating putting the likes of Rafinha up front here because Rodrigo's having a pretty poor game. 15 minutes to go. In terms of XG, it's been incredibly even, but I think we should maybe think about making a change. Shackleton is looking nervous, but he's a young player in what is quite an experienced team. I think Rodrigo, maybe for Almada, which would be a surprise based on the way he's treated me in recent times, but maybe, just maybe, the creativity and the guile of him might be the sort of thing that will unlock this Everton defence in the final few moments. Let's at least hope so. Alternatively, let's score from this highlight and not have to worry about it quite so much, as the ball forward to Rodrigo is a bit poor from Nelson, to be honest, and Everton come away with it again. I'm hoping this isn't a very damaging highlight, viewers, as Vinicius Junior on that side, tackled by Jack Wilshere. Dene now on that side, Luca Dean, Dene, however you prefer. Well, in fact, it does poorly. Nelson wins it back, plays it forward towards Rodrigo again. The header goes all the way out to Olsen, though. And I don't think this highlight is going to be a highlight for us. James again finds Calvert-Lewin. They've done it once before. They're doing it again. Wow, that probably should have been a goal. Goodness gracious me. 12 minutes to go. A point here. Would I take it? Going into the final couple. I mean, I might have to in a moment. We'll come to it as it happens. I could go more positive. It's a game I don't really want to lose, and I think a point here is actually not too bad. At full time, Leeds 1, Everton 1, and it sets things up quite nicely for the upcoming games. I'm going to tell the boys, hands in pockets, you're unlucky tonight. So, if I'd taken the hands out of the pockets, sort of hovered the hands above the pockets, I wonder if that would have had a different outcome. Maybe. Oh, blimey. I don't feel any better about this now. The stress is rising. So, West Ham. Wow, West Ham have been relegated from the Premier League. You can see it there. 23 points so far, with only 2 games to go, a maximum of 29 now. That is dreadful for a side like West Ham. And Crystal Palace have dropped in, by the way. They've got some players that I wouldn't mind picking up. And Sheffield United as well, struggling this season. So a lot of the newly promoted sides doing wonderful things. In fact, all the newly promoted sides doing wonderful things. As Fulham, I think, are probably safe as well now. So there's going to be an interesting looking Premier League come next year with 3 kind of regulars or teams that were in it the year before all going down, it looks like. The board are delighted that I've passed the objective 2 years ahead of schedule to be a top half team in the league. That is official now, which is great news. It really, really is. It was always the objective at the very start of the season, but then when you were suddenly flirting with the Champions League, it was a case of, well, surely we'll just get into Europe. And now, well, that battle's still going. It's definitely, viewers, when you look at that now, that is a 5-way battle for 6th and 7th. It's going to be interesting. Leicester have already confirmed their European spot, though, so I wonder how that will work out. I thought because Leicester had risen, that spot had come available, but it seems to be available anyway. We keep having takeover rumours that are not to be believed, apparently. So that suggests that there are takeover rumours happening and that they are to be believed and they will eventually occur. I feel weird here, viewers. I feel I'm sort of floating on this left-hand side of the screen. It's very unnatural for me. Usually I like to be near the bottom because if I fall out of this screen, then there's less area to fall into. There's quite the drop there, isn't there? So, it's a bit queasy, viewers. Oh dear. Okay, then interestingly here, not all the teams played. So, I mean, what could happen? Who knows? Wolves go away to Fulham. Tottenham play Everton in a really interesting battle. Leicester play Manchester City, whereas our game against Burnley, on the look of things, is probably one of the easier games. Wolves and ourselves have it quite. I mean, basically, what's going to happen here, viewers, is 2 teams I think are going to be out of this, and if it doesn't go well for us, it could be us. But quite an interesting set of fixtures that are very much impacted as Tottenham lose to Everton, which I think's a good thing if we win this game, because you can see the league table now then. Tottenham on 57. If we beat Burnley, we will go to 59 points and go into 6th position with a game to go. of course, depending on what Wolves do. And they play at 3 o'clock, as do we, as do Leicester. So here we go. And of course, we play Leicester on the final day. What a run-in this is. This is fantastic. All right, I'm going to change things up a little bit. Rafinha's going to come over to the left-hand side, plays the inside forward. We're going to bring Jack Harrison back in to play as the winger attack on this side, of course. This is sort of how we started the season, of course, playing a defensive player, but now playing an attacking player. With someone like Wilshere, I kind of want him involved a little bit more. So support playmaker is how I'm going to deploy him. We've not got 2 players behind him playmaking, so it's not going to be a disadvantage to us, I don't think. Whether I want someone like Pablo Hernandez on the bench to maybe come on and change things. I've not made that many. It's funny, I've got 2 saves going on right now. One where I'm making changes regular and often, and one where I'm really not. And I think that's massively just down to squad depth and how I feel about the players that I've got as options to come on. Right, here we go. I still don't know what's happened to click, by the way. there's been, I don't know. I assume it just fell through. That's the only thing we can assume at this stage, right? Here we go. Then team stays, like I say, pretty much the same, but Luke Ayling's going to come in for Shackleton. I think that makes us slightly stronger. I feel bad for Shackleton because he did a decent job in that last game. But yeah, the more familiar Luke Ayling. And right, here we go. Oh, don't like this, viewers. Don't like this at all, because this is where stress starts to take over. I've got to beat Burnley. And but you know what Burnley are like. Burnley will love this. They love spoiling my party. Chris Wood and Ashley Barnes up front. They're already excited. Alioski, of course, a player that we sold at the very start of the save as well. Oh, viewers. Right, the team talk's gone relatively well. I'm not going to be doing the tunnel interview on this occasion. I'm too on edge, viewers. Of course, we'll keep an eye on the league table. And the interesting thing about that is I can't have it floating anymore. And Burnley are going to play 4-4-2. We'll have the latest scores up as well as Leicester get a very, very early goal, which, provided we win, doesn't really matter. I'm more concerned probably by the Wolves result, if anything, as Wilshere knocks it down to Rafinha. And here we go, on the break. This is where Leeds United seem to have been a real problem for sides this year. As Rafinha, what a run this is. Shot and goal. I mean, it's not a particularly good shot. The keeper made it look better than it was. Still 0-0, but good early signs. Oh, see, with Burnley in 12th and me like quite a bit ahead of them, in points-wise at least, should I be going for this a little bit more? Should I be going positive rather than a balanced mentality? Or is it better to stay in the game late on and then try and win it? Anyway, regardless of that, so corner, played in, Phillips is there, headed clear, LoReNT is going to pick it up. And what's he going to be able to do from these areas, though? Finds Gagliardini, who neatly plays it back to LoReNT. And it's about finding spaces in what is going to be quite a tight defence, I suspect, as the ball forward, Chris Wood in acres of space. Our defender ran forward needlessly, Wood's in to cause problems, and wow, IM does fantastically. I am proud of him. Don't, Ben. Come on. The highlight is firing off still. They didn't stop it after that save, as Harrison plays it into Phillips. So maybe, just maybe, something's occurring. Dallas has got an injury. That's one player that we can't afford to have an injury to, really, because we've not got that much depth anywhere with Danny Rose's injury at the moment. But Gagliardini's got it. Goes inside to Rodrigo. Finds Rafinha. These boys, can they do it all over again? Rafinha's shot is poor, and Nick Pope holds on. Elsewhere around the ground, still, everything is as it was. So nothing to worry about there. We need a goal. Okay, Harrison, great touch from him. The ball forward, he's really, really well to bring it down. And now Dallas on this left-hand side. Can he find the right pass? Goes into Phillips, of course, who's looking for the more creative Jack Wilshere, who goes backwards this time, maybe creating room for a few players, especially in wide areas, as they find Ayling on that far side. Rodrigo's making the run, doesn't play the cross this time, still waiting patiently, Leeds United, for that one big chance. You look at Ayling on that side. Burnley's line push up, though, forces a little further backwards as Phillips picks it up again. Forward to Rodrigo on that favoured left foot, and what a finish! That's what we're talking about. Rodrigo's 20th goal of the season. I think he is number 20 as well, based upon that. And that is a beautiful partnership. 20 and 20 and 1-0 leads. Burnley beating the patience of our boys to wait and find the right pass. And there's Phillips with it. That's the sort of ball Rodrigo loves, on his stronger foot, on his favoured foot, and a lovely finish. And how does that affect the league table? So, you can see Leeds there have gone up to 6th position. We have to keep an eye on what happens elsewhere. Tottenham, by the way, at this stage, a little bit in the mud, as a problem for them. But at half-time, we lead 1-0. It's a very even game. It's certainly not won yet. Chris Wood arguably should have scored, as hands on hips, happy with the performance so far. Going to try and keep the motivation going well, as Leicester have conceded. And Fulham have scored. Wow, what a moment that was. So suddenly, 2 of our rivals dropped points within an instant. Wolves have dropped down a little bit. Leicester are now level on points. Level with Manchester City. Level on points with someone, probably, I suspect. As Ashley Westwood scores, and there's goals going in around the grounds. Burnley back on level terms, which is the worst thing possible. And now I've got to worry about this Dallas injury and who I would bring on if he has to go off injured. Cooper is probably our best bet, although there's not particularly good options, if I'm being completely honest. Westwood gets the goal, and half an hour to go now. I feel like there's going to be some twists and turns left today. The thing with Dallas here is, what do you do? Do you just trust that you can carry on for that little bit longer? I feel like that's our only move right now. There's not too much else I can do. I'm going to get Wilshere off. I know Wilshere's having a good game. Why would I get Wilshere off? Rafinha maybe, but he's the X factor. See, this is the problem. There's not players that I want to bring on that I know are going to change the game. So is a draw good enough for us here, as Gagliardini's got injured? Well, a player I wasn't expecting to pick up a knock, as Robin Koch's going to come on to play that ball-winning midfielder role. I'm sure that's a role he'll be pretty decent in, actually. Not too worried about that. I'm going to maybe take off... I'm going to swap some players around. Rafinha's going to come over to the left. Harrison's going off, and Reece Nelson is going to come on for the final few moments then. 20 minutes to go. I'm still balanced. I'm going to demand a little bit more from these boys. And the goals elsewhere are kind of in our favour right now. It means that going into the final game against Leicester, as things stand, it'll be in our hands. But if we can win the game, then that could be huge. Oh, the ball forward's not good, and Ashley Westwood picks it up and he plays forward. Ashley Barnes, whose hold-up play is traditionally quite good. Taylor now on the left-hand side, swings in a delivery, it's cleared away. Are we going to be there to meet it? We're not. God, there's a desire to go for this, but equally know that as the way things stand, we're in a really strong position going into that final day, and not wanting to risk that necessarily. I'm going to up the tempo a little bit, only slightly though, because I do think if you can knock it around at a quicker pace, we'll have a chance. Oh my word, that was a very nervy moment. Rodrigo manages to knock it down. Brilliant play from him, goodness me. Phillips on it. Again, if we can score now, and an injured Stuart Dallas could put a ball in towards Rodrigo, it's down! Let's go! Oh my God, what a save. Oh my, Nick Pope with one of the saves of the season to keep Burnley in this one. We've got a corner. Is there time to wrestle this? Not yet. Okay, well, 10 minutes to go. What do you do? I kind of want to go for it, because it's just the sort of thing that... Okay, this isn't really going for it. Wilshere off for Almada. Bringing on a creative player for a creative player. It's not the worst thing. They've got a goal kick there with 7 minutes to go. And, Luke Ayling does brilliantly to win that. And Nelson actually wins the breakdown. And now we've got lots of players forward, but Nelson goes alone. Oh, my God. Sort of Jurassic Park-esque. Look at the way the league table's set if things stay like this. Goodness me. 3 teams on 57 points, and the goal difference pretty marginal between all of us as a final chance maybe in the game. Hopefully not a breakaway for Burnley. Goodness me. As Dallas plays it to Rafinha. Let it onto the edge of the box. Koch to shoot from there. Oh, he bangs it. Koch has banged. You can't say that. You can't say that in a YouTube video. Can you? I mean, it's a great finish. Robin Koch's first goal of the season. He's barely featured for me all season. He's been like our 16th man if I was to do it like that. But what a finish. Completely unmarked. What a strike. And now... hold on, boys. Wowzers. Wowzers, wowzers, wowzers. There it is. Full time. God, dearie me. I've said a sentence there that I don't know if I have to bleep that or blur it. Goodness me. Well done, boys. What a performance. Inspired and motivated. Yes, I am. Well then, viewers. One more game to go. Can Leeds put themselves in not Champions League, but Europa League contention? Maybe. We'll have to find out what happens. You can see the way the league table's set. Oh my word. Gagliardini's out with a dislocated shoulder. 7 weeks to 10 weeks. I don't know which is on. They've got 1 in 2 months and 1 in weeks. I have to do the maths. I think considering where we are, going to the specialist is probably the best thing anyway. So we'll do that. Dallas out for a couple of days. We've got 8 days until Leicester. So actually we're going to be okay. I'm going to give the boys who played a rest of 1 day just to make sure that they're absolutely fine going into the future fixture. As I don't think any other results impact what we're doing at this stage. I think everyone has played, weirdly enough. The final day, I guess we'll get to it and I'll let you know what the fixtures are. But we're in this now, viewers. We're in this. 94th minute winner. Oh, viewers. Oh. Click can't believe it. Click can't believe he's featured. Well, I've got good news for Click. He'll be on the bench next game. I'm going to tell him that it's not fair and I'll give him some game time, and that was really productive, and there's 1 game left of the season and that's not going to suffice. But when I sell him in the summer, he'll be fine. Fulham beating Wolves was massive there, blimey. And Palace have been relegated as well, I think. So Palace and West Ham have both gone down. There are players in those 2 sides that are potentially players that I would like to pick up. You saw it there maybe just very briefly. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. I think United have just wrapped up the league title. That is done. Liverpool can't catch them. 89 points for United. I mean, let's look at this in a little bit more depth. Hang on a minute. So goals-wise, Martial, Cavani the difference. I mean, yeah, fair enough. I'm sure that's exactly what will happen in real life. So nothing to see here, viewers. I actually don't know what the final day fixtures are, other than the fact that we play Leicester. So when these... oh, you are joking. So I could use injections on Rafinha here to get him to play, and I would never normally do this, but considering it's the last game of the season, We're going to. He's too pivotal to us playing well. It feels like an actually winning football matches, so hopefully he's okay with it. All right then, final day fixtures. Here we go. We're very, very close to match day now. In fact, we're there. We are there, viewers. Let's take a look then. The ones that are important for us, of course. So our fixture: Leicester City, Everton. Everton go away to Newcastle, who are not that good, which is not great for us. Tottenham play Aston Villa. Of course, we play Leicester, so that's that. And then Wolverhampton Wanderers play Brighton. So actually, with the way everything's set, there are some easy fixtures for some of these big boys. Interestingly, Liverpool play United final day. I was hoping that some of these guys would play the teams that are rivaling us. So, in the reality, viewers, we've got the toughest game. So, right, what team should we play for that game? So, Gagliardini then, we know, is going to have to step out here. And no. I think based on the fact that Cox scored and hopefully morale-wise, he now fancies it. He's got good defensive attributes. He's not a natural in midfield. But again, I want him there as the ball winner. So, I think it'll probably work out just about fine. Yeah, Torre's gutted. Elsewhere in the side, of course, we've injected Rafinha, so hopefully he'll be good enough in the final few or the final minutes of this game, but I don't know if he'll last the whole way. So Reece Nelson, of course, on the bench, ready to come on if required. The rest of the lineup is going to stay exactly as it was for that last game in which we got the result that we needed. So here we go then. This is a bit tense. All right then, boys. This is interesting. Some of our boys are not fully sharp for this, but with the way things are this season, we're having to risk all of them, basically. Last game of the season, though. One last hurrah, boys. Come on. You look at that Leicester side. You look at the likes of Under and Tielemans and Ndidi and Vardy, of course. And this is going to be tough. But Rodrigo's a man in form. So I don't know what European spots we can get here. I don't know if we can get into the Euro Cup 2 and if we really want that, but I guess it's still Europe by some definition. 45 seconds in, it's a Leicester corner, which is cleared away. Tielemans in a lot of space. Back to Under, who's in a lot of space and probably should have done better there. All right then. It's a case now of, can we build from this? I mean, they've had their chances, and if we break and score early, then that puts the Leeds amongst the metaphorical pigeons. Is Rodrigo. What a first touch. Oh my goodness me. What a goal. Please can we see the first touch again. That was outrageous. I mean, we are just over a minute in and the ball's played into Rodrigo and I'm thinking he's not going to be able to do anything from here. But how he does something, I'll never know. The touch from him, hopefully we'll see it and it doesn't go behind his name. It's like right-footed, flicked behind him onto his favoured foot and then put into the back of the net. Leeds 1, Leicester 0. Goodness me. Again, keep an eye on what happens elsewhere. Everton leading in their game. So 6th position right now is looking pretty strong. If we were to drop those 2 points, though, and go to 60, we would still be absolutely fine based on what's happening elsewhere. There was a goal late there. I didn't quite see who it was. I think it was in the Wolves game, so something to be aware of. As Leeds then, on the ball again, of course. We've played Leicester recently and done well against them. Hopefully we can repeat it. Rafinha with the injections, bangs it in. That worth it now. Worth the risk. 17 minutes gone. Leeds 2, Everton 0. And is Europe coming our way? Maybe. Looks pretty good right now. One thing I've not done on Football Manager this year is the B word. I've not B-worded it yet. So, and this would be quite sad if it happened like this now. I'm just not going to say it. I shouldn't have to say it all year. Everything's going to be absolutely fine. The ball's played in. He's probably onside, viewers, we assume. And powers it into the back of the net. Right then, there we go. Leeds 2. Everton still winning their game. It's hard to keep up with everything here. As another highlight, 23 minutes gone. What an episode this is. It's a bumper episode by every meaning of the word. As Under across to Ricardo Pereira now. As the ball forward to Vardy, he's very good. He's got lots of time and space and puts it in the back of the net. I think it's onside and it's going to be given. Leicester get back into the game and a goal they had to score and had to score quick and did do. Not ideal. I guess the Tottenham game is important and Lucas Moura has just scored. Now, the important thing to note there is our goal difference is much better than Spurs'. So even if they win, it's got to be a case of us losing the way things stand right now. Everton take a 2-0 lead. But of course, Leicester coming back into this and having points on the board is not good for us because eventually if they win the game, they will be one of the sides that potentially leapfrog us as well as Spurs now who have got that lead. I'm trying to explain this to the best I can as Leicester now actually come forward with it. Tielemans plays in on this side. Vardy's just so dangerous running through the middle. What a ball that is to Damari Gray. And Leicester have equalised. And now this game is on a knife's edge. Goodness gracious me. Tielemans into Under. What a ball this is, by the way. The ball that's played through. The behind goal view isn't fantastic in these circumstances. Let's be real there, viewers. Let's pick director cam. There we are. You can see the ball as it goes into the back of the net. Leeds 2, Leicester 2. Not like this. Okay then, so the way things stand now, as I don't know if I can see, I want to be able to see the league table really. Okay, so here it is. This is the way things are. We are 7th right now with Tottenham 8th position, Leicester in 9th position. Wolves pretty much out of this unless they start scoring some goals and everyone else loses. It's not going to happen for them now. It doesn't feel like. Everton in cruise control. Tottenham winning against the Villa side that they're expected to be beating. The worst thing for us now is if Leicester score and then the dream's over. We need a goal. What I'm wondering is if Rafinha's race is potentially won, or if he's okay to carry on. I guess I'll give him another maybe 20 minutes and then think about a change. I'm debating Shackleton into the centre as well. Shackleton can play that ball in midfield role and is a more natural, more athletic central midfielder. Cock did great for me in that last game, but it is a change I'm going to make. And it seems early to do that, but I think having the extra energy in midfield, Leicester seems to be running through me at the moment, and we can't allow that to happen. We at the very least have to run with them, viewers, as some nice play from us at the back, which results in the ball being given away, but Jack Wilshere's on it, and now Rodrigo, who can't get past Sionchu, who puts in a mega challenge, you've got to say, and now, should I go more defensive at 2-0 up? I mean, captain hindsight here, viewers, I guess I was thinking we could score 3, Vardy's in, oh my god. Leeds 2, Leicester 3. Yep. I mean, it's good, isn't it, from them? Yeah. Right, we've got to have to do something. Harrison's having a poor game, so Rafinha's going to move to the other side. Nelson's coming on, as has happened before, and Jack Wilshere's off for Almada. We need some creativity in the forward areas here, and I need to go to a positive mindset here. I need to play a slightly different way. We need to up the tempo. We need to play more direct. We've got to get in behind them, and we've got to score a goal. I can't believe it, viewers. We're 10th. We're dropping to 10th if this carries on like this, but a goal for us, and we can be back in those European spots. Rafinha on it. We've got to score now, surely. Dallas on that left-hand side. Loads of space to pick out the perfect ball. What's he going to go for? Please, guys, pick the right one. Phillips! Yes, boys! There we go! Calvin Phillips is 3rd of the season. What a goal. Beautiful work on that side from Dallas. He had so much time. I put the pressure on him. I said, you've got to do something here. Lays it across. Phillips is there. Phillips, in fact, finds him. So it's a 1-2, if anything. Dallas buys his time. Leicester players start to commit. Phillips moves into position. And the left-footed finish. Where does that put us in the league table now? So back. Oh, maybe saw it very, very brief there. Back into 7th. Another chance, maybe. Oh, dear me. Schmeichel puts it behind for a corner. Goodness me. What an episode this has been so far. Phillips is ball in. Flicked away. And it's going to be a throw into us, I think. Look at the league table there. We'll pause it very, very briefly. No, we can't pause it. I was too slow, viewers. I'm so sorry. My reaction speeds of a 90-year-old. As Tielemans, ball out wide. This is on a knife's edge. Damari Gray into the penalty area. That's awful. 53 minutes gone. There's so long left. All right, pause it there. You can see 7th place, edging in right now. And the results elsewhere, all the other sides are winning. Wolves winning, Everton winning, Tottenham winning. But we are beating Leicester, and that's the most important thing. This is what the Burnley result has allowed us to do, is have this little bit of leeway as it goes into Damari Gray. LORENTE clears. It's a direct pass to Rodrigo, and a goal here would settle my nerves, viewers. And it settles my nerves. Rodrigo makes it 4-3, and that puts us back in the driving seat. 54 minutes gone. It's Leeds 4, Leicester. I can't take it, viewers. Llorente's ball forward. Rodrigo there. He's one-on-one with the defender, and then one-on-one with Schmeichel. And Rodrigo this season, he doesn't miss his 22nd goal of the season. Leeds 4, Leicester 3. What is happening? A dramatic final day, and I hope that's the drama gone, if I'm honest, viewers. Look at our XG. So much more dominant. Garay flicked forward. Are we there? We're not. I mean, another goal. And then I'm gonna start getting out the champagne, viewers, because I think it might be done. As LORENTE, don't mention champagne, Ben, not at 4-3. Dallas back to LORENTE, ball in, Rodrigo knocked down, Almada. Oh my goodness me, that would have been a goal and a half. XG would have probably said 0.3 of a goal, but still a good goal. Flipping heck, 67 minutes gone. I've made all of my changes already in blind panic. Didn't even realise I'd done it, to be honest. I mean, I said before, should I be going more defensive once I'm in the lead? But the way we're playing positively now, a little bit more direct. Why would I? Like, that sort of pass there, it's forcing Leicester to defend. I mean, we've given the ball away, so maybe that wasn't the smartest move ever. I don't know whether it's worth dropping our line a little bit at this stage, because Vardy in behind is such a danger. Undershot is blocked. Cedric's going to get on it. Can we just defend this, please, and don't let them have another good chance? The way that Leicester are working it there, though, very neat, very tidy. Vardy, Chowdhury, of course, they're just waiting for Vardy on the last man, aren't they? Or Damari Gray on that far side. Again, defend it, boys. Our shape in the centre looks pretty good. Chowdhury, great defending from Shackleton. Really good work from him. Rodrigo now to Reece Nelson. And all we need to do, Reece, is just run into the corner, Reece. You've played it inside. Out to Rodrigo. Not out to Rodrigo. Beautiful ball to Rodrigo. Takes on this man. Shoot on goal. I'm in disbelief. Disbelief at how good that was. Rodrigo makes it 5-3. 5-3 to Leeds United. And what a run this is from a man that I didn't think would be doing this in the Premier League in my first season. Unbelievable. Makes the Leicester defenders and goalkeeper look foolish. 5-3, 20 minutes to go. Surely now we move up to 6th on goal difference, do we, or something like that? No, what's happening? Why have we now moved up to 5th or 6th? Sorry, from being were we 6th? I don't remember, viewers. Honestly, it's so long ago since we were lower down the table. I've lost all thought. 77 minutes gone, and the 2-goal advantage is a dangerous game, viewers. As Leicester have got the ball, and I once again contemplate whether I should have gone more defensive. At this stage, Shackleton with a great challenge. Just tell you what, only a few contributions from him in this game. Both of them have been pivotal. Under coming forward with it though, 12 minutes to go, and a tackle that's missed. That he's still coming forward. The shot is so poor. Right, I'm not going to take any chances because I'm going to be very boring. I'm going very defensive, and with that in mind, things need to change. So the defensive line is going to drop significantly. You might say this is inviting pressure, viewers, and in a sense, you are correct. Equally, I am terrified. So this is the way we're going to play. We're not going to press quite as stressfully. We'll put it time wasting at an absolute maximum. Lower the tempo. Play as direct as possible. Launch it forward at all opportunities, if you wouldn't mind. We've gone from control possession to, well, what's about to happen now. Dallas on that side. Throw in. Oh no, Dallas is giving it away. Vardy's in. 8 minutes to go. I surely haven't invited too much pressure, have I? No. Okay, the shot's safe. We're fine. I'm on edge here. I'm on bloody edge. Right, the corner's well defended as well. Nothing to see here. Corners still, luckily for me, not overly effective in Football Manager. They're probably as effective as they are in real life, but in Football Manager, I feel like every corner is a chance. I mean, Leicester aren't actually done though, so the breakdown from the corner is far more threatening. I mean, clap, viewers. I'm going to clap, even if I'm doing it on my own. We're going to finish 6th. We're a top. Leeds are a top 6 side. The game's over. The game is won, and it's 5-3, and the last 10 minutes were as boring as I'd hoped they'd be. Rodrigo, an 8.7, scored a hat-trick, but an 8.7, what a performance. Malaya, by the way, a 7.3, despite conceding 3 goals, so a really good performance from him. Shout out to Koch, who did great as well. We're into the Europa League for next season, and I can't wait. I mean, I've never said that before. I mean, the press conference here is just positivity throughout. As our season ends then at Ellen Road, 7 plus 7 our goal difference, 62 points. And Leeds are back in the European big time. Not quite the Champions League. There's still some work to be done there as managers are being sat left, right and centre. But qualification to the Europa League, unbelievable. And they say Football Manager is a bit easy on beta. Who said that? Waffle, viewers. Absolute waffle as Rodrigo. What a performance from him. He will lead the line for me next season. How could I say anything different? The problem is I like signing strikers. So, wow. What a result. What a game. And what an end to the season. You can see there then, those draws now. Imagine how much easier we could have made it for ourselves if we would have just won against Brighton or Sheffield United. But no, our final run-in then, if I just move myself again, this is one of the cameras on the other side, you see. The final run-in, you can see it there then, Leicester, Burnley and Everton. I mean, 7 points. I'd have taken that at the start of today's episode. But there it is. The Premier League table sees Leeds finishing 6th in the table, and at 7th actually hasn't confirmed itself in Europe yet, so hopefully we're okay. But what a performance from a side newly promoted. I mean, I didn't do that much rotation, it's fair to say, and we kept with the players that were key throughout, really. As I said, didn't make too many alterations. In terms of goals, only 2 men really stepped up. Rafinha and Rodrigo. Without one of them, when Rafinha was injured, we really struggled. In terms of assists, shout out to Jack Wilshere. Look, this is a man that I think if you've got a save going this year and you're not a top half Premier League side at the start of the save, you should be trying to get him in. If you're upper echelon of the Championship or you're the lower end of the Premier League, get Jack Wilshere in because he'll put in performances better than I expected. 6.77 doesn't look as if he's had a particularly good season, but having watched all the games, his influence can't be underestimated, and plenty of assists as well. You can see that based upon the fact he finished 2nd in all of my assists. Calvin Phillips, a really strong year from him. Hopefully he doesn't get pinched from me. I suspect there'll be a few teams probably interested in a player like him, which is absolutely fair. And that's going to be interesting to see. Will there be teams now that come for some of these players and think we want him in our side? I suspect there might be. Malaya, by the way, started the season as a 2.5-star goalkeeper, now up to current form and current ability of 4 stars. Definitely going to be the man to trust in. Thank you, comment section, for that. You helped out with that decision-making process. And there we are then. I think that's going to bring this season to a close. Of course, transfer window stuff will happen over the weekend. I'll let you know what's happening with that, both on YouTube and Twitter and things like that. But here we go then. Leeds back in Europe, back in the big time. some time, and I'll see you for more very, very soon. We love with care. If you want to spend your next time, see you in a bit. Come on. Marching on together. Oh, love it. There's more words, but let's not ruin it.